Welcome
to the monthly movie podcast. I'm Ben, and I am here with my co-host.
I'm Luke.
Um, Within this podcast, we're gonna be focusing on new movies, getting to the theater, and talking about them while they're still in theaters. We're big believers in the big screen experience.
Yes, we are.
And that's what this podcast is built around: is getting to the theaters and maybe influencing some people to get to the theaters a bit more to see some awesome movies.
Yeah. I mean, movies are amazing, guys. Let's go see some.
Yeah, and guess what? There are still awesome movies coming out every year.
Exactly.
That's my least favorite take is when people say good movies don't come out anymore, because that is just a lie.
Man. It's evolving, man. It's changing.
Yeah,
It's getting even cooler. So let's go see them.
yeah. People just don't watch enough movies.
They don't.
But the idea around this podcast is pretty simple. When Luke and I see a good movie that we're moved by, all right, maybe great movie.
Come on, good movie.
Yeah, when we see a great movie, we think deserves some attention, needs to be talked about. Maybe we just connected with it on a personal level where we'll do a collaborative review of that movie.
Yes, we will.
And then those episodes are going to hopefully release within 1 week of the movie release date, depending on the release schedule, to influence you guys while it's still in theaters, so you guys can maybe get out and see the movie while it's still in theaters.
Yeah, and those episodes could be, the collaborative episodes on each movie could be anywhere from 45 to an hour and 15 minutes, just depending on how passionate we feel for the movie. And that's kind of the time frame we're thinking. Then you want to talk to them about the end of the month kind of recap,
Yes, that's this is kind of the integral part of the podcast, So at the end of every month, we're gonna kind of do a look back at the previous month and talk about all movies that came out, the good and maybe the bad.
If it's that bad, we might have to talk about it because I feel like I don't know if we can just look past a movie that's that bad. But this is mostly supposed to be a monthly movie podcast meant for the great movies.
Propping up good movies that we think people should see, and
yeah,
not really tearing down bad movies. It's hard to get a movie made.
It is hard to get a movie made. End goal right here. We'd love to get a movie made.
Yeah, as Soup says, congrats to everyone that worked on this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at the end of every month, we'll do a recap of the movies that came out the previous month, and then we will each.
Yes.
What?
We will each choose our top, basically, movie of the month, hence the name. We will each have our own movie of the month, or we might have the same movie of the month. If it's just a movie that's that powerful for that month, and we just it's obviously that movie. That one's by far any other movie of the month. But we will also recap any of the, collaborative episodes that we did throughout the month. And we will also acknowledge some maybe hidden gem movies, whether that's from indie films or streaming platforms that maybe we think in your free time you might want to check out. If you didn't see it off first release, we'll talk about stuff like that on our monthly recap. That episode should be around. It could be from an hour and 45 to 2 hours and 15 minutes usually, because it's usually the most of our recap on all the movies we talked about. So
yeah, I could say it'll depend on the month. January is a pretty dry movie, so that one might be a shorter one, whereas like a June or July release.
June or July, those could be up to
those could be
30. Yeah, those could be some 3-hour ones, but it's gonna be. We could totally disagree on the monthly movie, and I think that's a core piece of this is the fact that just like you as listeners, we all have our opinions of what our movie could be. And we also influence you guys to, kind of respond and reach out and give us, your insight to what you believe was your favorite movie of the month. And maybe a movie that we haven't acknowledged yet, but was a great movie that came out this month that we should check out. And who knows if, we see that, maybe we'll watch it and do a episode ourselves on that movie,
Yeah, 100%. And I'm hoping it sparks some debates because, art is subjective, movies are subjective.
Yeah.
I could totally get one thing out of a movie, and you could get something completely different. So I'm looking forward to debating, talking, and just seeing different perspectives from the movies that we watch.
Yeah, I am too. I am pumped about this podcast, and I am ecstatic about what's to come. So, anyway, talking about this first episode.
Wait. I'm gonna pause you.
You want to pause me?
I'm gonna pause you. I just want to mention some of the. We might throw in some other miscellaneous episodes.
Yes.
You know, some ones that we already have thrown out there are like an Oscars breakdown.
Yes.
You know, maybe like we'll do a superhero ranking or an MCU ranking when Doomsday is coming out.
Chris Nolan ranking.
Yeah, Chris Nolan ranking when the Odyssey is about to drop.
Odyssey, that could be a special edition episode. You know, the miscellaneous comes into that, and even maybe a Christmas episode. Wait a minute. Wait.
Speaking of that.
Wait, what? No, it couldn't be.
Is our first episode a miscellaneous episode?
I think it is.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. It's a Christmas episode, everybody. Christmas episode. Oh, shoot. You heard it first. We are ranking the top 10 Christmas movies for each of us. And to start, Ben, you want to take it from here?
Yeah. So before we get into our ranking, you know, we got to break the ice. You know, you guys don't know us yet. You got to get a feel for our movie opinion. You know, you understand a person pretty well from their Christmas movie opinions, and
you do,
and how they watch Christmas movies and some of their traditions. So we'll do some icebreaker questions. I'll ask Luke a question, he'll answer, and then I'll answer my own question, and then he'll ask me a question. We'll maybe do like two or three rounds, 2 or 3 questions. We'll see. We'll go with the flow.
Go with the flow, and then we'll get into our rankings. We'll go one by one with the rankings, starting at 10, going down to our final one to, you know, build up the anticipation.
I might throw some honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Because I have some of my top 10 ranking that might not be a feature-length film, but I want to give them a shout-out.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to throw in some honorable mentions, too. I have some that come to my mind that are like, they could have made the top 10. But, you know, we're basing these rankings off of kind of like vibes. And I'm going to factor in nostalgia because I think that's important.
Yeah, no, that's a good point you bring up. Mine is based solely off vibes, because a lot of my top 10 are recent watches for me. So, I would love to say nostalgia is a big part, but you know, some movies are just so good to where they overcome the nostalgia of some of the great classics.
No, that's wild. That's absolutely crazy, man, that you say that.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see in the list, see what movies I might be talking about.
Yeah, we will. You know, speaking of Christmas movies, I get every year, you know, me and my family do this little Christmas 2-length movie, you know.
Would you call it a marathon or what would you call it?
Call it, you know, double feature.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not a marathon.
I would agree, yeah, like 3 movies as a marathon.
We used to do a marathon, guys, I'm not gonna lie. We did 3 movies, but then it got so late, half the people there were falling asleep, so we had to down into a double feature. And, you know, each year everybody in my family gets 2 movies, so they'll like write it on a piece of paper, put it into a bowl, and then they get 1 veto. And, you know, might get a lot of hate for this.
Yeah, wait, can I ask what your veto is? Does it change every year or what?
It does not change every year.
All right, wait, before you get into your veto, I want to ask, are you watching the same movies every year, or do you see the same movies in the bowl every year to veto, or how's that work?
Yeah, so every year we kind of, in the past, you can see the same movies in the bowl. Okay. But this year, new rule, you can't do the movies you did the previous year now.
I like that rule, because if it was me personally, I'd be throwing in the same 2 movies every year.
So my dad implemented a new rule of we can't do just this past year's movies again on the following year. Anything else other than that, before that, you know, if it was like 2 years ago, we could still watch those. But like just this past year, we're not allowed to watch those movies anymore. So it's kind of a new rule we're implementing. We'll see how it goes this year. I put my picks in already.
Okay. You already got them locked in?
I got them locked in, and I also got my veto locked in, but that really doesn't change.
Okay, back to the veto. What's your veto usually used on?
Yeah, so my veto, I mean, am I proud of it? Yes, because I don't watch that movie.
Yeah, no, that's 100% fair.
Does it upset some people in my family? Absolutely. Am I gonna get a lot of hate about this?
I'm just dying to know what this veto.
Am I gonna get a lot of hate about this from some people? Possibly. And does it piss my sister off? Definitely. Anyway, you could probably click off this podcast after this if you want to. If you hate my veto so much, by all means, understandable. But every year, I veto A Bad Mom's Christmas.
Wow.
And I am, hey, 1 year was enough for me. That's all I'll say.
Can I say I'm speechless right now?
You can.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to admit I've never seen A Bad Mom's Christmas.
That's basically vetoing it yourself. Man.
So, I probably wouldn't veto it because I need to see it.
True. Hey. It's that you haven't seen it, though, is basically a veto because it's been out for,
Would I be safe to assume that it is not going to be on your top 10 list of Christmas movies?
I mean,
I guess we'll see.
We'll see, man. Hey, you got to tune in to the end to see.
Yeah.
It could be my number one. Just kidding. But anyway, yeah, it's not a shot at the movie. Like, the movie's a good movie. It's a good movie, but, after 2 years of seeing it back to back, and then every time I go over to, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day with, different parts of my family, and everybody's saying, "Oh, let's throw on a Bad Mom's Christmas," and I'm like, "We've watched it 6 times, guys. I've had enough of Bad Mom's Christmas, man. Do I love that dodgeball scene? Yeah, it's a sick scene, man. I love that scene. And do I love, do I think moms are amazing around Christmas time? Yeah. You couldn't do Christmas without moms. But when they throw it on 6 or 7 times, they're asking me to hate it, man. Like, no pun intended, but,
Yeah, no, that's a good point, and that brings me around to my first question because I think the spirit of Christmas movies, like, they have to be rewatchable. And it sounds like A Bad Mom's Christmas is not rewatchable.
It's just like it was until it wasn't. Until it got too many times around Christmas. Like, Mila Kunis is so good in it. Like, she is. She's amazing in it. But, like, I just, like, they're just replaying it too much in my family, man. They made me hate it.
Really?
How is it my fault when it's like, if you go to a movie theater and you're like, "Oh, yeah, that was a good Christmas movie." Like, oh, I can see how people would love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, "Let's go again." Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not against seeing a movie 2 times and, once it's released. And then they're like, let's go see it another time. And I'm like, I mean, okay. Hey, anybody want to go see Bad Mom's Christmas? And I'm like,
are we serious?
I mean, I've seen it 3 times, but, are you paying for the popcorn is the question? Because at that point, like, I'm going to need some incentive. Yeah. And then they're like, anybody want to see it a 5th time? And I'm like, bro, we've seen it 4 times already. How many times do you want to see this movie?
Yeah.
And then they're like, guys, guess what? Guess what just came out on streaming? A Bad Mom's Christmas. Let's watch it again. And I'm like, no, I'm not watching that. Like, you can't do anything to make me watch it anymore, man.
Yeah. No, and I think that's what separates a good Christmas movie from a great Christmas movie is rewatchability. Like, no matter how many times I see Elf.
Whoa. Are you
that was a spoiler for...
Whoa.
But
let's get in.
Anytime I'll throw in a few, like Elf, Home Alone, Polar Express. Any of those classic movies, like, no matter how many times I see them, they're going to be awesome every single time. I'm never going to get old of, like...
Yeah, I agree.
And that's just what separates good from great. So circling back around to my question, so you said you have the tradition of the movie, not the movie marathon, but the double feature you do?
Double feature family gathering.
Yeah.
Christmas
so
family.
Is there a Christmas movie that you have to watch every year?
I feel like that goes with my rankings, but like...
Okay. Yeah. Maybe that is a spoilery question.
Do we want to give my rankings out that early?
All right. Good point.
I can hit you with another question, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you've seen Die Hard, right?
I have, yeah.
And this is a big debate around the Christmas community and the general population. In your opinion, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I'm gonna throw you a question to answer that question.
You're gonna throw me a question to answer that question.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Would you ever watch Die Hard not during the Christmas time?
Wow, that's a good one. I wouldn't because I just really wouldn't. Like, I don't think I avidly like on a summer day. I'm like, watch Die Hard for the kick of it, man. Like, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, and I understand the argument is like it takes place during Christmas, but it's not a festive, jolly movie. It's an action
It's an
movie
action
through and
movie.
through.
Right.
Like, but when you think Die Hard, like you think Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
It's set in the Christmas time. You got a little bit of the vibes going on there, and I think that's all you need.
Yeah,
You just need a little bit of Christmas spirit for it to be a Christmas movie.
I agree. I mean, it's just like back to your answer to my question with another question was just like says it all. Like, I don't think I've ever actually watched Die Hard other than around the Christmas time.
Yeah, and like I love Die Hard. Great movie. I'm not ever saying on a July morning, let's throw on Die Hard.
Can I say I have a little funny story about Die Hard?
Yeah, go ahead.
So back to the little Christmas double feature family gathering we had. One of the first years we did this, where we drew out of the bowl and everything, and everybody got a veto. Everybody was throwing out, the most popular movies. They were throwing in their 2 movies, and it could be Home Alone, it could be whatever, Polar Express, Elf, like you said. And they were throwing all the classics in, Miracle on 34th Street, and all those stuff, and A Wonderful Life, and that's where my dad was throwing in stuff like that. And then I threw in, I don't know, I threw in to probably like Polar Express and Elf or whatever, and I was throwing in my movies, and then everybody was vetoing their certain movies, and then my brother comes up, and he's like, he writes down Die Hard, and there's like one Die Hard out of like maybe like 14 little pieces of paper in there. And there's one Die Hard, and we picked 2 movies out of the 14, and we ended up picking his Die Hard, and you don't know how mad some people in our family were. They're like, it's not a Christmas movie, man. This is absolutely crazy.
They should have vetoed it then.
I know, and like nobody thought to veto Die Hard because they're like, who's gonna put in Die Hard for a Christmas movie? And then he did, and it got picked, and I was like, wow. And to be honest, that was the first time I watched Die Hard. And I was like, what are the odds? And I was like, this is a great movie.
Yeah. It is a great Christmas movie.
Christmas movie, indeed.
In my opinion.
Yeah, Christmas movie is a very key term there.
Yeah. All right, I've got 1 or 2 more questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm relatively new to the movie scene. I started getting into movies like probably 4 or 5 years ago now. There's a lot of good movies that I haven't seen.
No, you're past the rookie stage though.
Oh yeah, I'm there. I've seen a lot of.
You're
movies.
a pro, man.
I've seen a lot of movies, but I'm saying, every moviegoer has their blind spot. Their movies they haven't seen. Yeah. Is there a Christmas movie that you're ashamed to admit you haven't seen yet?
Good question. That's a good question. This could, I would say this is just going to be more, I'm going to get more hate from maybe just the older generation. And the fact that I haven't seen like Miracle on 34th Street or like A Wonderful Life. And it's not like, oh man, I don't want to see it. It's just like, I don't know. I just never am like, when I'm at Christmas time, I'm like, not, just like, gonna pop that on and just like, it's not like a classic for me. I didn't grow up with that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And
it's not like it's shot at any of like the people that love that movie because I've heard it has such great messages and I definitely should give it a shot. And I just like year after year I just never do. And I don't know why. And it's not like I don't want to. And it's like always been on my list. But like I don't know, I just never have gotten to it.
This year's the year.
It could be, guys. Yes.
Yeah, and I want to say I'm also ashamed to admit I've not seen either of those movies. Either.
Guys, we might be watching these movies together.
Yeah, we might have to after this episode.
Yeah, we might be quickly turning on both of these movies in the honor of this Christmas.
Yeah, but like you said, like they were movies that my parents showed to me growing up, so I don't have the nostalgia around them, and I never Christmas is a time for rewatching. In my opinion, I feel like I only get like one or two new Christmas movies off the watch list every year. Just never happens to be It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street. So
Yeah, I agree.
hopefully soon. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to watch it soon for sure. I have a no, I'm gonna kind of bounce off my earlier statement on A Bad Mom's Christmas in the sense that it's kind of a movie now that I'm just like around the Christmas time,
hmm
and I want to kind of you know apply this question to you in the sense that like, is there a Christmas movie that you have that's like, man, it just gets me out of the Christmas spirit, man.
Oh, that's a good question because it's got to be a bad movie to get me out of the Christmas spirit.
Bad movie, just not
like the Christmas spirit is awesome. Like
I know.
it's hard to take someone out of that. Like once you're in it, you're fully.
I know, but you can get hit by one of the bad Christmas movies, like, and you can be like, wow, I don't know, man.
I don't know if I've seen a bad. I don't know if I've seen a movie that's taken me out of the Christmas spirit. But
Recheck the Christmas spirit.
I would say there's a movie that
Concussion Protocol.
I would consider it a bit overrated.
Okay.
And that's maybe because I didn't grow up watching it. I watched it for the first time 3 years ago. This might make some people mad. I'm not gonna lie, because it's a classic.
It could make me mad, man. I'm standing right.
It's a classic,
next to
and
you.
I know my parents love it.
Gosh,
I
I'm a
know.
little worried for you, man. The fact that I'm sitting right over here.
Yeah. So, I just I don't get the hype around a Christmas Story.
Shoot.
I
Okay.
just don't get it. Like I watched it and it was a fine movie. Like no hate towards it. It was
Yeah.
just it didn't move me, make me feel festive or
Yeah.
jolly.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I was a kid when I watched it. My dad, he put it on during the Christmas time for the first time, and a lot of you know, very iconic scenes in that movie. You're gonna shoot your eye out.
Mm-hmm.
Tongue on the
Yep.
pole. You get stuck.
Fragile.
Yeah, exactly. A leg lamp. There's a lot of the iconic scenes in that movie that kind of capture a lot of Christmas spirit. But I'm kind of with you on it, to be honest.
Really?
I'm not even. I wouldn't say it's like. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's overrated, but I wouldn't say like. I don't know. I guess it's yeah. I would. I don't know. I would say it's like just a good movie. Like I'm not gonna like. I guess you could. You could.
You're not gonna fight me over it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you over that one. That's in my opinion, that's a valid take. Like I wouldn't like. I can't say I avidly put that movie on every year for Christmas, and I'm not gonna say that's one of those two movies I'm gonna put in my bowl or watching a Christmas movie every year with my family, in the double feature. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna put that. Am I gonna say that, someone in my family probably puts that? You know, but am I gonna say I'm glad it doesn't get picked every year? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can confidently say I would not watch it again on my own accord. It would have to be someone else saying, "Hey, let's put on a Christmas Story."
Okay.
But with that, should we jump into our top 10, or do you have anything else you wanna touch before we get into our list?
No, I mean, I think we just I think we do a couple honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's do some honorable mentions.
So I think we each throw out two honorable mentions and then we get into it.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I like that.
You want to go first, man?
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
So
this ain't gonna be in your top 10, basically.
I'm gonna do a combined two as one. So I'm gonna say How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original animated short film. It's only 25 minutes long. It's not a feature-length film, so I didn't want to include it in the list. And then pairing with that, the Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is an honorable mention.
Wow.
The Grinch is such an iconic character.
Wow.
I love Jim Carrey as the Grinch. It's just not in my personal top 10, and that's not saying it's a bad movie. I love the movie.
Wow.
It's just I love a good Christmas movie, and
I do too. And the fact that it's an honorable mention to you, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It had to be said.
Are you like? on crack watching these movies? Like,
And it's a classic. It's one that I grew up watching, and I do love the movie. I'm not saying I don't love the movie. It's just there's
why?
movies in the top 10
That's
that
why.
I
I'm,
love more.
I mean, I'm wondering if you even have a heart over there.
I do. I do.
Is it beating
Slowly.
slowly? Yeah, I bet. All right, but, I
Yeah.
mean, that's a shocker.
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll talk about it more later when we get into your list.
I mean, I think.
Well, I'll let you throw out an honorable mention, and then I'll throw out my second.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out an honorable mention just because I think this is a very, very good movie, and I think it's not in my top 10, but it's like it should be acknowledged. Right?
Yep.
And
That's what an honorable mention is.
it is indeed. And I guess I'm hyping it up because I kind of like the cast around this movie, and it's the holiday.
Okay. That when I asked you about some blind spots, that is another blind spot for me, the holiday. I've not seen.
It's the holiday, and it's just like it's a romance love story, and it's just like I think it deserves to be mentioned at least. Do I ever think it'll crack my top 10? No, I don't. I don't think it'll ever.
Never. Not even on like rewatch.
Not even on rewatch.
And that's fair because I mean there's so many classics, so many.
And it's just, but it's just like I don't know. I'm not kind of a sucker for a good romance Christmas movie if it's done right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just kind of part of the season. It's kind of a season full of love, and so I feel like the holiday kind of does that, and it kind of just
And from what I've heard, it's a great rom-com. I'm a big rom-com fan, so I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet. That's another one I got to get off the watch list here soon.
Definitely should. Definitely should. All right, hit me with your next one.
So my next one, also, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a movie, but it's gonna be a yearly rewatch in the Wallace household from now on. It released last year.
My God.
And it is. You might laugh at this one.
Like I haven't even like heard of a Christmas movie that's been a rewatchable.
But it's A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter.
I haven't even heard of that movie. What the heck is that?
It's kind of like a.
She made a movie?
It's essentially her singing Christmas songs for 50 minutes, and she has like cameos from other artists, and got like a good set design.
You call that a movie, man? Are you kidding me? You bringing this on the podcast, man?
It has to be acknowledged because it's gonna be a Christmas rewatch every year for me.
Oh my God, that's wild, bro. How can you even call it a movie, man? You're talking about just
a lot went into it. I mean, you got to watch it for yourself before you can say how can.
I guess. I don't know. I just think of a movie with a plot. It's a plot. What's her plot? You're singing, songs.
It gets me in the Christmas spirit. Is all I'm gonna say, and that's why it's got to be.
All right, hit you with this ain't a Christmas song list, man. Where we listen to Sabrina Carpenter, and you can put that in the honorable mention.
So all right. Let me ask you this then: would you consider like the Thriller music video a short film?
Thriller, I'm familiar with.
The Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Oh, gosh.
Come on.
Yeah, sorry. Brain fart. And the core of it's singing, though. It's not.
So are musicals not movies?
Musicals more, but they have a long.
You could say through. So
I wouldn't say the core of it isn't a musical though. In all those musicals, it's there's a plot. Like La La Land has the core of it is, love. It's not.
Yeah, but
Greatest Showman, the core of it is,
Well, you could say that for the song though. Like the song the lyrics have meaning, and the lyrics are telling a story. And maybe it doesn't have a plot, but it's definitely telling a story.
You're trying to tell me that music videos should be considered a movie, basically.
Short, not like feature length. I think they should be considered like short films or within that realm. I wouldn't say like they're a direct short film, but I would say they're adjacent. Personally.
I think this is a discussion for another episode.
Yeah.
Because this is a kind of a wild take, to be honest.
I didn't think we would get into that. I thought you would just laugh and move on, but
I don't know, man. It's kind of just like I wasn't prepared for that. I think that's a whole different argument to be said.
I almost threw it in my top 10, but I was like,
Oh my gosh.
because it would be there if it weren't for the
What are you bopping over there?
if it weren't for the it's only 50 minutes long, and
Gosh.
it's essentially just a long music video, but it's fun. It's fun watch. Gets me in the Christmas spirit.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I can't be bothered with this nonsense to be honest, but
Nonsense.
nonsense, yeah.
Is that a pun referencing to the movie title? A nonsense Christmas?
No, it's not at all. It's not. I'm not that clever, man. Okay, I'm just gonna go off to mine because I can't even be bothered to keep up with it. That my next honorable mention is honestly a classic for me. It's the Santa Claus, the original, animated, you know, back in the day, Santa Claus animated, original. I think it's just an absolute classic. It has to be acknowledged how good it is and how great the animation really is. And the core of the story, I feel like if I don't rewatch it every year, I mean, it's fine, but it's gonna be every other year. It's an every other year watch. Like I'll watch it, and I enjoy watching it because it kind of brings me back to my roots of Christmas when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and bringing that up, it's like this. I'm sure it's a great movie. I'm gonna sound like a fake cinephile here, but I also have not seen
Gosh,
Santa Claus.
This guy has he seen any movies?
And this is crazy that we're talking about all the movies I haven't seen.
I know. Wait till we get to the movie you have seen, hopefully. Anyway.
Well, I've got some good ones coming.
Okay, hit me with your 10, man. Let's get right into this.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start, man. Start with
do we want to do Snake where I give 10 and then you give 10 and 9? Or do we just go back
10,
and
10.
forth?
Yeah, 10, 10, 9.
Okay. So my 10, some would say it's pretty similar to The Holiday. It is Love Actually, another Christmas rom-com.
Love that movie, actually. Love it.
It is. Oh my gosh, it's like a classic rom-com. You're down. You don't think it's gonna work out, and then everything works out in the end, and it makes you so happy.
Great movie. I love
it. Some might tear up watching it.
I
certainly have. I can tell you that.
I will tell you. I think it is one of the more underrated Christmas movies out there.
Yeah.
I think the core of Christmas revolves around the love you have for others.
I agree, 100%. I think that's what makes it work so well. Is you see all these different storylines and how Christmas brings together a bunch of all different types of people in all different stages of life, and how beautiful the time around Christmas is.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. That is, in my opinion, I think it deserves to be higher.
Really? Well, no spoilers for your list, maybe. But the cast is just absolutely ridiculous.
Crazy cast. How they got all of them together. I think it's an initial pitch from the producers who came up with the script and came upon the script and from the screenwriters, and to get a cast like that, because you see so many movies with big casts done around holidays, like there was a New Year's Eve movie that came out with like Zac Efron and a ton of big actors, and sometimes it's just not done well. And I think there was one with like Valentine's Day too, with like a big cast of really well known celebrities, and sometimes it's just like it's not done well because the script is just not up to the standards.
Yeah, sometimes they're just chasing the bag.
You're chasing the bag. And I think if you're going to do a movie like that, you got to make sure the story's there.
It 100% is there.
I think it is too. I agree.
Love Actually.
Yeah. I think it's one of the few ones that are actually there. Like where you bring a big cast together and it works out well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when they're separated. There's no final coming together of all the storylines. Are all just separate. So you never really can see all the cast together at one time.
I mean, they intertwine eventually though. They all have some type of intertwining moment.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, but they all they all have some reason to know each other, and that's why the story works well. So it works so well.
Yeah. Do you have? All right. I'll save this question for later. I have a question for you. I'll save it for later because I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in your top 10. Is that safe to assume?
Yeah, it's safe to assume.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll kick it over to you
Okay.
for your number 10.
This is going to be a controversial take, I feel like. And, this is a podcast where you make bold takes. I'm going to tell you now.
Mm-hmm.
And, I believe, to me, it's deserving of 10. And some people would say, you'd be stupid. But every year, I seem to come upon it and rewatch it. Is it availability? Is it purely because I like how long the movie is? Or is it the fact that, it really just gets me in the Christmas spirit? I don't know. But it's the movie's Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay. Okay.
You have not seen that.
Yeah, well, now. Once again. What's it? Christmas with the Cranks?
Christmas with the Cranks. It's got Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis in it. It's just like it's got this is a god. It's got Eric P. Sullivan. Yeah, Eric P. Sullivan from what's he? Malcolm in the Middle. Dewey. It's got him in it.
Yep.
But I don't know. It seems like every year I come upon this movie and I seem to want to watch it. And it's just like I'm like kind of like wow, it hits my Christmas spirit every year. The decoration, the story, it's not too long, and I think it's the fact that they kind of give up these big plans. Spoiler if you haven't seen it, they give up these big plans of going on this tropical vacation during, you know,
Is this a spoiler or just kind of like the plot of the movie?
kind of general plot, but also spoiler. That's what
I'd say stray away from spoilers
stray away from spoiler.
because I just added it to my watch list. I don't want to be spoiled right now.
All right, okay. Well, the core of the concept is, um, you give to people, and you give to others,
Okay.
and they give to you, and it's kind of like, you know, everybody has love for each other, and I think it's a beautiful movie that demonstrates that. So I think we can leave it at that until you see it, and I think we should hit off your number 9.
Yeah, no, maybe we'll have to come back to this episode next year when I've seen some more.
All these movies, man.
Yeah.
Golly, this is like the Scrooge over here.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of another movie I haven't seen. Moving on to my number 9.
Yeah.
It's a very recent movie. Came out in 2023. Do you have any guess what it is?
A 2023 movie again, man. Like you're knocking out the recent ones. What is it? Spirited?
No, it is The Holdovers.
Shoot.
With Paul Giamatti, Dominic Sessa, Ryan Joy Randolph.
Okay, I'm gonna admit I haven't seen that.
It is a great feel-good movie. So essentially, for you, the plot is.
Oh, no spoilers.
I'm not giving you spoilers. The plot of the movie is this boy can't go home for Christmas break, and he has to stay at his school with essentially the teacher that everyone hates. And it's just very heartwarming. It's set during the Christmas period, and they have their own little Christmas together there at the school, and it's just sad, but also it's just awesome to see the connection that they build when you have a one-on-one relationship for that long, So I saw it in theaters 2 years ago when it released, and I loved it the minute I saw it. And I did not cry, but I do think it could move up my ranking on rewatch. I would love to rewatch it.
I've not seen it, so I'm going to put that on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always a big fan of Paul Giamatti. Like, I think he's one of the greatest actors. Like, he's definitely in, like, a top 100. So that could be a hint at a future episode, guys, too.
Yeah, top actors, maybe.
Top actors, top actresses, Anyway, I'm going to hit my 9 right here and give it to you guys. At 9 for me is, what I consider to be the most recent release of an absolutely classic and legendary Christmas movie. Like, it's the most recent it's the most recent movie I think has hit the status of an absolute rewatch every Christmas, and it's a legendary movie. And the fact that it's at 9, some people would say I'm stupid, and I really am. It definitely probably should move up, and it probably will in the next couple of years. Heck, next year we do this, it might be the top 5, and that's Daddy Son too.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
it is an amazing, amazing movie. Have you seen it?
I've seen the first Daddy's Home. I have not seen the second one. I did not know it was a Christmas movie.
It's kind of like, it is just
Is it in the Die Hard realm where it's set during Christmas, or is it?
it's
Is it
more
a Christmas movie?
it's I would consider it more a Christmas movie, really.
Okay.
Like it by the end, it just like captures Christmas. Like you're like, because Christmas is about family. It's about family and love and giving and helping others. And at the end, you get to that, and it applies like core theme Christmas. It has core theme Christmas activities in it, and it's like the whole basis is on this big family going to this house they rented for Christmas and just all getting along type of thing. And so it is just a great cast. John Cena comes back in it.
Love John Cena.
Legend. Absolute legend. My idol. Gosh, heartbroken last week.
He lost his final match.
Gosh.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I mean, we lost the legend last week. I just have to acknowledge how much he meant to the community.
Yeah, I'm not much of a wrestling fan, but
Even
maybe I'm a little happy. It means he has a little bit more time for some acting.
yeah. I mean, I certainly love his acting too. But man, when you grow up, and as a kid, as a kid, I grew up and I was watching wrestling, and man, was he the guy? And was he really built?
The guy.
Did he build my childhood? Yes. Did I have his action figure? Absolutely. And man, am I gonna miss him? Yes. But am I excited to see him in more movies? Totally. I can't wait till he expands and just keeps going because I actually think he's a really underrated actor.
I agree.
And I think he can do way more than just comedy and action. I think he should. I think he should get into more. I think he should get some drama roles and some chances. And I think he's just really underrated. But anyway, I could baffle on about John Cena for hours.
Me too.
And, this could never end. But I'm gonna let you take us away with your number 8.
So you might laugh here, but it's another recent release.
Gosh, how many recent releases is that? Yeah.
I promise we're getting to the good ones. We're getting to the classics soon. I promise.
All right, man.
But number 8 for me is the animated Grinch from 2018.
Wow.
Benedict Cumberbatch playing the Grinch.
Holy.
This might be a hot take, but that's my favorite Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
I love the animation. Illumination, the studio, they did Despicable Me, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I just think the animation is beautiful. And for some reason, this animated one, this version of the Grinch, is the only one that can make me tear up. The final scene at the dinner table just hits so well in this one for me. And I absolutely loved it. The first time I saw it on rewatch, I loved it. I saw it in theaters when it first came out. And it's just, it works so well for me. Going back to the Jim Carrey version, the live action, I just think the Grinch works way better. I think he was meant to be animated. And
really?
And that's not saying, once again, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but
you're ruffling feathers here. You're gonna ruffle feathers either way, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but my number 8 is the Grinch.
I mean, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm not going to shoot it down because I certainly am a Grinch fan, and I really love his movies. I love all the Grinch movies, but the animated one just a shock at 8 is what I'll say. I didn't think it would be that high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my 8. I'm gonna go with mine.
Sorry, just to cut you off. Maybe I'm ranking these movies a little bit higher because I have seen them in theaters, and
Yeah, true. Theater experience.
We're big advocates of the movie theater. So
we are.
I do think seeing a movie at the theater elevates my rating sometimes. So maybe that's what it is, but something just works in this movie for me. So
I agree.
All right, I'll kick it to you for your number 8.
Kick it to me. I'll grab that. All right, my number 8 is an absolute classic, and we're gonna continue down Tim Allen Lane with Santa Claus.
You'll never guess. I haven't seen it.
Dude, have you seen Christmas movies?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm talking to a guy that hasn't seen any Christmas movies. I swear, guys. Holy crap, dude!
Yeah,
You're gonna be on the naughty list every year, man. If you haven't seen any Christmas movies,
I know. It's bad. It is bad.
it's real bad. Holy crap!
Hmm.
Like I'm worried for you, man. I'm worried how you have any Christmas spirit.
I know. It's. I feel like I find myself rewatching a lot. Is where I rewatch my. I would say
You're missing out on a trilogy of movies, man.
I know, and I've heard they're great.
They are, man. They're classics.
I know.
I grew up on those, man. Dude, I'm upset, man. Upset about you,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Like,
You
you
know,
need to get that checked, man.
there's a large takeaway for me from this podcast is I need to watch some more Christmas movies.
You need to watch some more movies in general, man.
Yeah.
Like, gosh.
Well, we're wasting our time here then. I need to watch a movie.
I know. What are we doing, guys? All right, this is the end of the podcast, actually. So, we'll see you later, and it's been.
You have any other thoughts on the Santa Claus?
I mean, it's just. I mean, it's just a classic movie. I mean, nostalgic going into it, but like, there's just so much nostalgia. But like, there's also just the vibes of just like Tim Allen, Santa Claus, who's Scott Calvin. He literally has initials already SC. And that's just like a hint at what's to come at the beginning of the movie. And then his son is just adorable in that movie. In the first movie, especially, is what I'm talking about. And how he becomes Santa Claus and the whole like North Pole, like how they designed it was just like how I would imagine North Pole type of thing. And the elves are just like exactly what you would think too. And I don't know, it's just like there's just so many great Christmas movies, but like it needed to be on my list. Like this is just like when I was a kid growing up, this is what I thought Christmas looked like. I thought that was the guy that's coming down my chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you watched it as a kid, did you think that was the origin story of Santa Claus or
I actually did.
wow. I mean, not surprising at all,
No, I'm like, oh, that's believable.
Yeah.
That's really believable. What happened? And I was like, kind of made me want to stay up at night, go outside and see if he was on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Because who wouldn't want their dad as Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and I'm a sucker for a good origin story. I need to watch this.
dude, they came out with a recent Disney Plus TV show around the movies recently, like in the past year or two.
Oh really?
And it was just like a spin-off of that, but it was like updating, just like what's happened since then.
It's interesting.
It was just I haven't seen it, but I'm probably gonna check it out. Anyway, let me pass the ball back over to you, man.
Okay, yeah. So I would say my first three are like Christmas movies that I love. The rest are Christmas movies that I will love forever. They're the greatest. So the rest of the list are I can't speak highly enough about these movies. So and they can be rearranged any day. So number 7, it's a yearly rewatch for my family. We watch it every Christmas Eve. It's the last movie we watch before Christmas.
Last movie before Christmas? That's That's like the biggest movie you watch.
It's the most important one. It maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it would have been in my top 3, but things have changed.
Yeah.
That movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Wow.
And
That's crazy.
it's such a classic.
It is.
Like every scene is so good.
It is. And I'm actually gonna piggyback, and I'm just gonna so we can talk about this movie. I'm gonna tell you now. I have that at 7 too.
Perfect. That's perfect.
So let's just talk about this movie real quick.
Yeah, let me readjust so we can get into this good discussion.
What are the odds we both had that at 7 too?
That's crazy, yeah.
I know. Great minds think alike, guys. I will tell you.
Yep.
Anyway, you carry on. This was your first initial. You brought it up first, so I want you to.
I mean, the movie is just so quotable.
It is.
It's like talking about rewatchability earlier. It's so rewatchable. Every scene is so iconic.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, the national anthem scene.
Oh yeah.
Where the fireworks are going off. They're singing the national anthem. Oh my,
the sledding scene.
Yeah.
The where he's dumping his stuff in the sewers. Oh my gosh, that's so
Yeah,
funny. Where he,
Shitter Paul Clark.
where he kidnaps Clark's boss. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it's so funny.
it's oh my,
The
it's such a
neighbors
classic.
too.
Yes,
Oh my, the
yeah.
neighbors are so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Dreyfus is just like hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
She's like it's like you didn't even notice, and then you got even a hidden, Jim and Clark's son. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's in Big Bang Theory, and
Oh, really?
yeah, he's like one of the leads of Big Bang Theory.
I did not know that.
And I didn't know it for so long, but I was always like, he looks so familiar, and I was just shocked. But what a movie that is.
I mean, it's the definition of a classic.
It is peak. It is absolutely a peak classic movie.
And it's this is one that I rewatch every year. And
Yeah, I do too.
honestly, I would say it's top 3 most rewatched Christmas movies.
I think if this wasn't a list based off our opinions and vibes and nostalgia for our own childhoods growing up, I think if you ask the popular audience around the world, they'll say this is a top 3 Christmas movie of all time.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I would say
I would say 100%.
You're totally right. Yeah, I would say we're in the minority here who put it at 7.
Yeah, if you ask me to rank it next week, it might be number 3.
It could be.
That's how good it is.
It could be. Gosh, what a freaking movie that.
Yeah.
You can't speak enough about that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and gosh, just the joke. Comedy is so hard to do, and if you can make a joke funny after rewatch, that's how you know it's a good joke.
That's true. That's true. I think I'll say this: comedy is hard to do, especially around holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're able to, make comedy fun around a holiday, then I think it makes it rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
So much easier to rewatch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like you'll see a decent amount of the classic Christmas movies have a lot of comedy.
Yeah, and it's just like it's great comedy that's relatable to just anybody at any time.
Yeah, everyone knows how hectic a family Christmas is.
Oh my god!
Everyone's running around trying to get everything ready.
Yeah,
everything needs to be perfect, even though it's not going to be.
Yeah,
it's just it encapsulates what Christmas is.
Hey yo, go make your bed, even though the people that are coming over aren't going up to your room to check your bed. Vacuum your room, Mom. The people aren't coming up to my room. Like, what's up with that? You know, like we still do it. We still do it. We're good people. Anyway, let's just go into number 6 now.
Yeah, I'll pass it to you for number 6 since I did my number 7. We kind of had it joint. I'll let you talk about your number 6.
Okay, number 6, and I think this one might be like you would be like, well, like you could be like, oh, that might have been an honorable mention even for me. Okay, but that is the Oscar. I think it's an Oscar winner, and it's a Netflix movie, Klaus.
Whoa.
Indeed.
Wow.
I know.
That's a great movie. And yeah, I told you earlier, I'm a sucker for a good origin story. Yeah. And that's a great one.
You've seen it, right?
I've seen it.
Okay, good. We can talk about this, guys.
I've seen it.
Did you? I'm interested to see if you have it on your list now.
Yeah, I don't want to say more because I don't want to give hints to whether it's on my list or not. But sure. I'm going to say it's a good movie and I enjoy watching it. And I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. So
and I'll jump in if I have anything to say.
The main reason I put it on here, I rewatched it last week, and I was just thinking about how it's almost like this person that doesn't want to be in this place is almost kind of like forced, not forced, but like over time just naturally gets Christmas spirit, and he discovers these people that he has to help. And initially he has a goal just to go home, but he then develops a way to help people. And by the end, he realizes that, there's no greater thing than helping people.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome to see his evolution throughout the movie.
Really
to see how he starts. He's the rich kid's son. He never had to work for anything in his life, to where he's thrown out in this icy cold. He's in this shack, freezing every night, and he has to mail these. He has a quota for these letters he has to mail, and essentially postage isn't a thing in this town that he's working in. And over time, he sees what he can do with the job he has and joy he can bring, and he finds a passion for it over the time. Yeah. And it's awesome to see his evolution as a character.
It really is. It really is. And I mean, it could be higher. It really could. I think over time, it will become more nostalgic for me. Mm-hmm. And I think nostalgia kind of plays a lot into my rankings just because, like, how much it made my Christmas as a kid really plays into a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think how can it not? When you're a kid, you think, those Christmas movies that you see shape your idea of Christmas in general and make it that much better. And so I think the fact that I was more a teenager / grown up when I saw this rather than as like a young kid is maybe the reason it's not higher up. But I also think it's good that I saw it when I was older because I think I understand more of it. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think there's a way I could do both because I don't think I was mentally able to understand exactly what that movie really said. Mm-hmm. So I think it's right where it needs to be right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that pick at number 6. So
all right, hit me with your number 6.
My number 6 is a sequel.
A sequel. Oh, sequel. Oh, wait. I think I know where you're going here.
Do you want to guess?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think it is?
Home Alone 2.
Oh, you're right on the dot.
I knew it. Only one sequel that will absolutely, or only one sequel that is from another Christmas movie will be on there. I couldn't agree.
Yeah, I mean, returning Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern as Harry and Marv was just awesome.
Yeah.
The Sticky Bandits.
Bring them to New York, too, man.
Yeah.
After being in Chicago.
It's just such a great setting change. And seeing him run around the hotel and seeing Kevin scheme and seeing how he can wiggle his way through these things is so fun to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Kevin McAllister. Yeah. Such a legendary character.
Iconic Christmas character. One of the top 5 Christmas characters of all time. Mm-hmm. I will tell you that.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's just, the Home Alone, it could have gotten old after the first one if they just did the same thing.
Could have.
And I think the setting change worked so well, and it made the movie.
Director was Christopher Columbus, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Chris Columbus.
And he did the Harry Potter movies, the first couple, when they're setting the world up.
Yeah.
A little known fact. And it was just, he did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like the small scope of the first one with just the house where he's protecting, whereas in this one he's running around the whole city. They're chasing him around. It just, everything works so well for me in this one, and I think the comedy is hilarious. Yeah. I mean, Harry and Marv are awesome.
The building scene where he's throwing the bricks down. I think the first time I saw that, I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
He's literally like, because Daniel Stern's character is just, he does it so well. And Joe Pesci's like, and then
it's not even like, it's a trope nowadays to like, have that happen where they're like, kind of beating up the same guy over and over, and like one guy will duck and then they'll hit the other guy. Yeah. But like Home Alone, it's different. It works.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to explain it. It just works.
It does. And you can't really do it nowadays. I just don't think it's like possible to do it.
And I think the reason it works is because the first one, we get the Harry and Marv, relationship duo, their background, and I think that's what makes it work is because we know them as characters, and just seeing the evolution happen over and over again is so fun.
The evolution of all the characters in there, from going from a suburb in Chicago to a big city of New York, is quite just, perfect. It's almost like everybody got to they got all promoted, but they still suck at their jobs, and Kevin's still a beast and knows how to trick them. And I think the fact that they also did New York in the sense that I don't think you could pick another setting to place that movie in where like you couldn't do that in LA or anything.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't fit.
Yeah, well, LA, you wouldn't have snow on the ground, and you wouldn't have the Christmas vibe. It has to be in a.
I know, but
It
just
has to be in a.
in general, you couldn't go to another like I believe in the U.S. and really have that Christmas spirit like that New York does. I think New York has a certain Christmas spirit to
Oh
it.
yeah, I mean, I feel if you're traveling to visit somewhere during the holidays, like New York's like the place. Like,
Yeah, I
big
agree.
tree.
Yeah, the Rockefeller tree.
Yeah.
It's just you got it. It's an absolute legendary classic movie that is a must watch. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's just yeah, I
Love it.
love it, love it, love it.
All right. Let's get your number 6.
My number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 5.
I forgot. Yeah, you went first that time.
I did take it.
Let's
Yeah.
get your number 5 then.
So, this one, number 5 is actually, I think it was, I don't know, was it an honorable mention or number 10 for you? It was Love Actually.
Yes, it was my number 10.
Number 10. I think that is just an absolute stellar movie, man.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it's not higher on your list, I'm just kind of a little surprised, considering you're a guy that loves love movies.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there's so much love and Christmas combined in it, and there's all the ways you could have a Christmas and love together. I'm shocked it's not higher, but I understand there's so many classics, it's hard to pick. So
Yeah.
I can understand. We talked about this earlier, how great of a movie it is, and just to reiterate how like there's no better way to do a movie during Christmas than making it all about the love you have for others. So I don't know. It just had to be high on my list.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I got my thoughts out when I put it at my number 10, but it's a movie I've only seen once. I haven't rewatched it, and I don't know if it could go higher. It could go higher in rewatch, I will say, but there's just the movies ahead of it are so good.
Yeah.
There's so many good Christmas movies. I've said it a million times already in this podcast, but
Grinch animated.
it's amazing. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, we said.
Yeah. All right. Your opinion.
Yeah, no, it's Love Actually it's just a beautiful movie.
The cast too. I mean, the cast. It's in London too. It's kind of you don't see that a lot. I don't see a lot of movies like romance movies. I haven't seen a lot of like you don't see that Christmas romance movie in London.
Yeah, they were just Americanized.
We're Americanized guys. We are definitely American. Anyway, all right. You hit me with your number 5.
Number 5. This was my number 1 as a kid.
No, okay. I was gonna say no.
As a kid, this was my number 1. It's just an iconic movie, and
I'm worried you're gonna hit me with it, and I'm just like, do it, man.
a lot of people don't like this movie.
I know what you're gonna say now. Oh my gosh.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
A lot of people don't like this movie, but I love it too. You're gonna say Polar Express.
I am gonna say the Polar. You are reading my mind. It is the Polar Express, and it was my favorite as a kid growing up. It's oh my gosh, just the way they encapsulate the Christmas spirit, the way that the train goes to North Pole. The train ride itself is awesome. You get the character development of all the characters. The kids, I don't even know if they have names. Like I think here on Letterboxd, the guy with the glasses, the yellow shirt, he's just called Know It All. That's his character name. But you get all of these characters and you learn about them on the train. And once you get to the North Pole, it's so cool to see how they built that little world in the North Pole. It was just such great world building, and it was so cool. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
This is your movie. I think it's a great movie. I think you're spot on. I think just keep going, man. You're hitting it on the mark.
Yeah, and I want to Tom Hanks playing multiple roles is awesome. What is he? He's Santa Claus, Scrooge, hobo, conductor, father.
He's the kid.
He's the kid?
Yeah, he's the kid, man.
He's the kid.
He's the kid.
It's just, Tom Hanks, legendary voice acting performance here.
It was live motion capturing, I'm pretty sure.
Really? I did not know that.
He did it. Yeah, he acted it. But it was on, like, you know how they do, like, The Avatar, they do
Mhm.
motion capture. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was like that. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm learning something today.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I think I saw something online that they said, or they had behind the scenes of it, and they showed him live motion capturing it. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Sorry, I'm going to say a few more things about Polar Express because it's a great movie.
Go on, man. I preach it.
But, the hot chocolate song, legendary.
Gosh,
I mean,
what a song!
gosh, that just gets me every time. Every time I have hot chocolate, I think of that song, like, oh my
I
gosh.
feel like if it's December and that song plays, you have to have hot chocolate.
Yeah, you have to.
And like, I hear the hot song coming on. I gotta have that hot chocolate, man.
Yeah, gosh, it's so good. And then, the ending with the bell
Yeah.
from Santa, where only he can. It's just such a beautiful ending, and it's so cool. And how it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I loved it as a kid. I love it now. It's sad to say some have moved above it, but I still love the movie. It's still great. So
I love that take. I really love that take.
okay, so we'll move to your number 4.
My number 4 is I mean, we've mentioned the name of the movie, but it's the different version.
Okay. Wait, is it How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Is bingo. Jim Carrey version though.
Yes.
I love the live action version actually. So unlike my co-host here, who is a big animated fan of which isn't a shot at the anime. The anime is amazing. I've seen it, but I think the live action version is just I don't know. I think it's just so authentic, man. I think it's become a classic for me, and I think the fact that I know like Jim Carrey, he talks about how he had to do like 8.5 hours of makeup.
Mm-hmm. That is something I want to say is like the set design and the makeup in that movie are just
And
absolutely
he talked about like
brilliant.
after day one at filming it, he was like, "There's no way I could do this." And they hired some guy that like works from like the FBI or the CIA, and he basically said he taught him how to like endure it, endure the suffering. It was such like I think the fact I know stories like that, the story like that relates to Jim Carrey, and I think his performance as Grinch is a top 5 performance for me, Christmas performance, in my opinion.
Yeah,
The character and it's just no one else could have played that in my eye. Like
yeah, I agree.
I don't. There's nobody in the world that could have played the Grinch role. Like they just couldn't have. Like could they do an absolutely different take? But to me, that's what the Grinch is right there. He is the Grinch.
Yeah,
you know?
he is
It's like
so good.
it's like when a character becomes, when an actor becomes a character and you couldn't see them as anybody else. Like I couldn't see anybody else as RDJ as Iron Man. That's just he just became involved in the character, and but this is the Grinch who only had one movie. He has one movie, and you have Iron Man who has a whole saga of movies, man. And it's just I think this set like the whole you talked about, you said it already, the set design, the costume design, the building Whoville, or building the whole city, and I don't know, it's just an amazing movie, and the fact that he, ends up, it's the classic, from hating people to loving people story that just is I'm a sucker for.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I love that story too, and that's why I have the Grinch on my list. It's just
an anime.
Yeah, it's just the anime.
I'm not gonna knock it. You still got it. But anyway, that's just my take on it. And yeah, I love the Grinch at 4.
Great movie. I like that take, and I love to see that you have it up there because it's not up there for me, but I still love the movie.
Yeah, it's a respectable movie to be up there high. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let me hear your number 4. I want to hear it.
My number 4, it might be controversial to say.
It's a controversial take.
But we talked about it earlier, and I feel like I gave a good point as to why this is a Christmas movie. And my number 4 is Die Hard.
Holy! Was I expecting that? No.
Yeah, for me, it's a Christmas movie. It's a great movie. Bruce Willis is awesome.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah, Alan Rickman.
Go.
Yeah. The action is so good, nonstop. It's so tense the whole time. And it might not be a Christmas movie per se, but it doesn't bring the Christmas vibes. But It's set during Christmas.
I think you okay.
It makes you think of Christmas.
Here's what I'm
trying
saying.
to say.
The core of it isn't a Christmas movie, I won't say, but the Christmas spirit is there.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
You said what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it's so good. It's honestly one of my favorite. I'm not a big action movie guy,
Yeah.
and this is a great action movie that I love. It's one of my favorite action movies, one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's so tense. The action is so good. I love Die Hard, and all the performances are good.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis,
I agree.
So
It's just It's just what like was I expecting it this high on your list? No. But can I see how it could get into someone's list? Yeah. I think there's a lot of great options though. And I'm kinda I don't know. I don't know if it wouldn't be that high for me. Like I can honorable mention it, but I'm just kind of shocked by that take to have it that high compared to the other movies that are out there.
yeah,
So now I'm thinking you're leaving movies off. You're gonna be leaving movies off these last three.
maybe you might be thinking that.
And I'm gonna have to pick your brain on them after.
We'll see. But yeah, it's a movie that my dad loves, and
Yeah.
watching it with him for the first time was just it was awesome.
That's awesome. All right. I mean, it's a great movie nonetheless.
It's fun watching movies with people who they love that movie, and you get to see how much they love it.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the best moments of watching movies is when you're watching with someone that like recommended it or they like told you should watch that movie, and you can just see in their face how much they enjoy that movie. And sometimes you're like, I mean, that's a good movie, but I don't see what they're talking about. But you're like, the fact that they're enjoying it that much and they're that passionate about it, obviously it connects with them so much more on some type of level, and that makes me happy for them.
Yeah. So I think that maybe it bumped my rating, maybe it didn't. I don't know, but that's my number 4.
Okay, I understand. I can understand as well. Say,
okay.
Do I think it ever would be up there for me? No, but I can understand the fact that you're able to explain it in that way. I can understand where you're coming from.
Okay. Let's kick it. We're doing the top 3 now, right?
On the 3,
the podium.
The podium. The bronze medal here, for me, is one that's already been mentioned actually.
Okay.
And that is Home Alone 2.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
It is, man. It is just. I mean, we can reiterate this, but we talked a lot in depth of it already. I mean, I'm gonna preach it for one more time how great it is because it's on my podium, and it's exactly what I like. Just didn't set up the vibe, of I think even we don't even acknowledge how great the opening scene is with them still in Chicago, where he's like getting where he's like with his family still. Yeah, and he's like getting on the shuttle to the airport, and he's like, the mom's worried that she's gonna leave him again, and he just hops. He's in the he's in shotgun in the van, and he's like, nope, you didn't leave me this time, or yeah, you remember I'm here this time. Like he's jokingly like, you're not gonna leave me this year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a reference of what's to come because they end up like being in a rush at the airport. And it's the classic, you're in a rush at the airport. We have all been there.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make my flight. And then, a kid gets distracted, gets on the wrong flight, which I don't think would ever happen nowadays. But like,
yeah,
it's just, it's a great story. I mean, it's just like whoever came up with that story and the basis and the premise of it is a genius. And to be quite honest with you, like it, I would just love to see the person that wrote that script and how they came up with it and the idea that's behind it, because they hit it right on the spot.
Yeah. I love you bringing up the intro because they left him once in the first one. You kind of had to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah,
you couldn't read it. They're not going to forget him again.
Yeah, they're
at least not the same way. No. And they did it so well to where it's a perfectly feasible reason for him to get lost in that airport. Airports are they're like a maze sometimes, and during the Christmas time, I've never flown during the Christmas time, but I can only imagine how crowded it is in there. They were running, and it was that's just brilliant writing in my opinion.
I agree. I also want to talk about another scene in that movie, which is towards the end when Kevin's wants to go back to his mom, and he like goes to the biggest Christmas tree in New York, and his mom's like gets asked like, where would your kid go? And he's like, she's like, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and they finally meet, and she finally finds him, and it's just such a sweet way of like, you know, it's just heartwarming.
Yeah, it shows that she still does love him. She's
Yeah.
not neglecting him as a child. It's just unfortunate
I think,
circumstances have led to, being a, I'm not a parent, but
yeah,
I know how hard being a parent is,
yeah,
and it shows that, parents are trying their best
yeah.
100% of the time.
It's the classic, argument of like, and it's taken like way farther than probably any of us, children have ever taken it before. Where usually, when we get upset, we storm off, run up to our room, and slam the door, and we sit in our room until we're not angry anymore, and then we come out. But this is like the case where it's like the extreme case where it's like, they get on the wrong flight, and he's happy and he's vacationing, and then eventually he realizes, man, I miss my family, and I think that's so sweet.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%.
Anyway, let me hear your three. I want to hear this one.
Yeah, this is
Podium it.
This is
The
the
bronze.
podium, the bronze medal, and it's great because I'm building off of yours. I'm going with Home Alone 1.
Home Alone 1.
Yes.
Interesting.
Such a good movie.
It is a great movie.
Obviously, it's the top 3. But, you know, it's such an awesome original story. Like, the way they came up with it and all the different traps that they set throughout the house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so good. And then I love, what do they call them? The South Bend Shovel something.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
It wasn't the best name.
Yeah. But the old guy in the church, he's such a great character.
He's awesome. He's like scared of him at first. He's like, because they were talking about like his brother was talking about how, I think he killed a guy.
Exactly.
And he's like,
yeah.
She's like, what? This guy killed someone?
And it's so well written to where you kind of see how some people are in the holidays where they don't have family left with them, or they're kind of outcast.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's just brilliant to see Kevin kind of connect with him over that and overcome his fear.
I actually think I want to mention something. The fact that it just hit me, the fact the old guy's story, how they talk, they kind of like snuck it in there, and he kind of talks about it a little. If you watch the first movie, of how it kind of represents all the people that are older in our lives and don't have family during the Christmas. But what we find out from his story is that he has a son, and he's just scared to reach out. If you remember.
Yeah, which is devastating.
Devastating, but like it's just like, wow, how much how sad that is, and you're just like, you feel sympathy for him.
And I think it shows like some of the fake narratives that we kind of create in our own head, where he thought his son didn't want him to reach out. But in reality, his son was waiting for him to reach out. His son wanted to connect with his father.
I agree.
And it just shows like how we create these false realities in our head, and it's great. It's such a good side story to the main plot of Kevin being left at home by his family.
It doesn't take up the plot either, which is good, because I think it's what makes these movies so much better is when you have these side plots or these side stories, and you don't dive too deep into it, but you use enough of their story, and you make it like, you make their time that you do show their story, you make it like great enough that it means something truly meaningful to the main plot.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's just like we've said a million times, great writing.
It is great writing, guys. How important is great writing?
Yeah, and God, like every scene is just so good.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact line. He's like, "You filthy animal!" He starts shooting the gun.
Yeah.
I'm just notoriously bad with movie quotes, so
I think that's in 2.
No, that's in 1. Where because they're
that's
in
in
the
1.
back door. He's like,
you filthy animal.
Yeah, and starts shooting the gun. And there's just, I could go on and on. So many good scenes. I love the movie.
It is.
It's
an amazing movie. Michael Jordan has his pop up when he's in He's trying to scare off the intruders.
Mhm.
It's so iconic too.
Yep.
So it's an amazing movie. I agree. That's definitely a. It's like I respect the fact that you put it that high. I can understand that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's hear your number two.
My number two. So we talked about this one before, but I mean, it encompasses my childhood. I just, when I talked about Santa Claus before and how much I think about what I think of like the North Pole and Santa Claus, and I do think Tim Allen's Santa Claus kind of represents more of what I think of Santa Claus, but I think we're gonna have to take back the fact that I think Polar Express is absolutely builds the best North Pole I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I want to applaud you there because I'm scared you've left something off the list. I'm scared. But go ahead. Keep talking about
There's
the
only one movie left, so I have to leave something off.
Yeah, I am scared. Okay, go ahead. Talk about I mean, I talked about it already, so I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, it's just like it's my childhood. I mean, it's nostalgia, but it's also vibes. Now I still watch it. It's still a movie that I have to watch for Christmas. Like it's a must watch. It won't be Christmas without it. And that is just, you know, going back to, kindergarten, first, second grade, where we're putting on Polar Express, we're having, hot chocolate in our room, and that's just. I mean, I'm like mesmerized by this movie. I'm like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life back then. That's what I thought.
Hmm.
I was that was that in awe of that movie and how well it was built, and I think just I don't know, deciding like these kids all have this decision whether they want to go to the North Pole or not, and it just hits so many like key character traits of like, and the fact that they get the golden tickets at the end, and the conductor punches in a word that kind of describes them, and it's just like someone got courage on theirs, and someone got I think it was bravery or brave or leader was one of them, and it was just like these so many little details and so many like so many things were right about them. I mean, I think the only negative I was not as I don't think it's as like I see when people talk about like oh, I don't like that Polar Express movie, and I think I was only I still watch it. And I'm like I mean they could have done the elves better. I think they're kind of like a little meanish. I think they could have been a little nicer.
That's okay. That's a fair. I actually have not heard that argument before. That's
I
interesting.
mean I know people think like it's kind of like some people I like the train scene when they're like trying to find what is it? They're trying to stop the train
Hmm.
from like and then trying to like eye it up to go back on the tracks because it's
Hmm.
iced over.
Yep.
And that's just such a cool scene. And then even the scene when they're on the rooftop, the kid and the hobo,
Yep.
it's still like, like there's so many little things that they're saying that like as a kid you don't realize, but like like he's like, I'm searching for a girl, and he's searching for that girl that he like lost her ticket, but he found it, and he's trying to get it back to her.
Hmm.
And the hobo's like, "Aren't we all? Aren't we all?" And there's just like that relatableness to like the people that are like searching for a woman in their lives too, though. Like if you think about it, there's just like these hidden things you don't really realize, but like it's just I don't know, it's amazing to me.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
World building and the way he rings the bell at the end. Just you mentioned it already. I mean, he's like he doesn't believe, and then he's like, and then he rings it at the end, and he believes, and it's just like gut
Yeah.
wrenching. I mean, gosh,
Yeah.
still like it's just
And all the kids in the movie are about the age where you kind of figure out or you stop believing in Santa Claus, and I think it's brilliant the way.
makes you want to believe.
Yeah,
More. And
it does.
even like at my age, I'm still like, you know what? Maybe there is. Maybe we're just like
Yeah.
so blind now. See, after watching Polar Express, the core of me still wants to believe that there is one.
Maybe Santa is real.
I know that's the core of me wants to believe that Santa is still real, guys, because Polar Express made me feel that much way. Like I'm like maybe they like made me forget that experience in my life, man. Maybe I went to the North Pole, man. Maybe one kid out there remembered it, and he wrote that story, and he wrote that movie, and it's all true. That's what I want to believe, and that's kind of how I want to be, like, as a kid. Like, until the day I die, I want to believe that, I think it's just that type of movie, that type of impact on me. I mean, yeah, I could speak a long time on that one, but I mean, I want to hear your number two.
My number two, and I worry you might have forgotten this one.
Yeah.
Because I think I know what your number one is, but anyways, my number two, funniest Christmas movie, hands down, absolutely hilarious, so quotable. That is Elf. What? Do you have anything to say?
Great movie. I love it.
Okay, yeah, Elf. Elf is my number two. Is Will Ferrell as Buddy is hilarious. There's so many great quotes. The world building they do in the North Pole at the beginning is awesome. Yeah, it's just such a funny movie, and
It's amazing.
It's so good to see. Once again, like going back to the Polar Express, where belief is the big factor. At the end, it's cool to see how they bring it all back to everyone believing in Santa Claus. And there's a lot of the Christmas movies I wouldn't say have like a direct villain, but the father or Peter Dinklage, his character,
he's so good, man.
Yeah, he's an angry elf.
It's
It's
an
just
angry
so
elf,
funny.
guys.
Has so many good quotes, like the three rules of the elves, or three rules of Christmas: treat every day like Christmas, dreams for everyone on the list, and best way to spread Christmas cheers, singing for all to hear. So yeah, it's so good. I think that is my most rewatched Christmas movie. I will say it's my most rewatched. So Elf, it is my number two.
Amazing take.
Could be in my number one, but there's just a certain movie that has a special place in my heart.
Not fair enough. I'm gonna give you my number one.
Okay. Wait, was I right? Did you forget something?
No, my number one is Elf.
Okay, but did you not say Home Alone?
I said Home Alone 2.
No, Home Alone 1.
I acknowledge the fact that Home Alone 1 is an amazing movie, but I also acknowledge the fact that I loved Home Alone 2 way more.
Okay. I stand corrected. You didn't forget.
No. Elf is my one movie, though.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I mean, it's exactly what you said right there. It's an amazing movie. I mean, it's just like, it's right up there with Polar Express, where it hits you right here in the heart. And you're like, man, there's so many, quotable lines in there. And then there's so many, iconic scenes when he's traveling from the North Pole to New York, and, all the people he meets on his way. And then there's also so many, like, funny things when he's working in the toy shop in New York.
Yeah. Didn't even bring that up.
Oh my gosh. And he's like, oh, if you're Santa, then what song did you sing on your birthday? he's like, the Happy Birthday song. He's like, oh, got me.
You smell like beef and cheese.
Yeah, that was such a funny scene.
Oh
he's
my
like,
gosh.
He's like, you smell like lies. He's like, ah, man. It's so funny. And then he's like, the scene where they're like, when Will Ferrell's character, like, Buddy, comes in and he, like, builds the whole, like, New York, little in New York, in the toy shop.
The toy shop, yeah.
He built all the Legos, and the manager's like, I must have sent someone into court with one up us, guys. We're gonna stick together here. You're like, oh man, yeah, that's so funny. And then the scene where he's like singing in the shower too with Zooey Deschanel's character.
Yes, it's so good.
That's such an iconic song too. And he's just like, you're like, you start singing a little too. You're like,
yeah,
oh, yeah, it's catchy. But I mean, that is just, it's so great. I mean, I think I undoubtedly I watch that every single year because they just, I mean, I think it'll be the movie I watch till I die. That and Polar Express, because Polar Express is gonna hold my childhood, but Elf is just so much joy and just so much, laughter and fun and happiness about Christmas. And I don't know, it deserves to be there.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah, I think it's the movie that brings me the most Christmas spirit, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many good, it kind of encapsulates everything about Christmas family, the belief, you know, kind of like all the fairy tales they tell around Christmas, like the North Pole, the elves, family aspect of
It's
the
so good.
reunion of the family, and it even shows like kind of like the tough parts where father has to work on Christmas because he needs to meet deadlines, which is it's sad.
It's sad. It's sad. It really is. But I mean, I think it's the best Christmas movie ever. It is, and I think it will be my one for so long.
Yeah.
And it, to me, it is the best. Elf is the best Christmas movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I totally accept that as your number one because it's my number two, and
I want to hear your number
could
one now.
be my number one.
I really am. I must be blanking because I need to hear your number one now.
So you think I've hit everything, right? You can't think of something?
I don't know. Am I just like my brain must be getting foggy. Like I just really.
I will say, it is in your top 10.
I'm gonna guess it's Klaus then.
It is Klaus. It is Klaus.
It is an absolutely amazing movie because when I brought it up, I figured you'd talk about it, but like I was just like waiting for it, and then I was like maybe you just didn't, and maybe I'm just blanking on another Christmas movie.
No, my number one is Klaus, and
Talk about it, man. Go.
I will say that movie hits me hard. It hits me right in the heart, right in the feels. It's so good. The first time I watched it was 2022. I watched it by myself, and I was blown away. I was like, I need to rewatch this next Christmas. I was like, I need to show this to people because not many people have seen it. Surprisingly, like not many like people outside of like the movie realm have seen it.
I'm gonna be honest. I had like when it initially came out, I hadn't seen it for like a good 2 years or something.
Yeah, because it came out in 2019. I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, I really didn't either. I don't think it was like a popular, like it didn't get a lot of marketability or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I wasn't into movies at when it was released, but
didn't J.K. Simmons voice Santa?
Yeah, he voiced Klaus.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But so back to how I evolved to love this movie so much is the next year I showed it to some of my friends at college, and it hit me even harder the second time. And watching them love the movie as well was awesome to see. And just their reaction after, they're like, whoa, that movie was awesome. Like, that's like one of my favorite Christmas movies now. And, recommending a movie to someone and them loving it is like the best feeling in the world.
It is got to be one of the best feelings in the world when you recommend a movie and they absolutely they're like, that was life changing. I mean, I think that's one of the most fulfilling feelings in my life when I do that.
Yeah. So then the next year, I was like, I need to show this to more people that haven't seen it. So the next year,
marketing for Klaus.
So I was. So the incoming freshman, I was like, you guys have to watch this movie. It's like
orientation. We're watching Klaus, guys.
Yeah, this is a freshman orientation. Klaus, and they all watched it and they loved it.
Yeah.
And
next year, orientation came around.
Then we did it again. I swear to God, we did it. I tried to make it a tradition. I hope they watched it this year.
They kept it going and on. They got it the Ben Walsh tradition.
I hope so, because we watched it every year in my room. We had to show the new freshmen, and every year is the same sentiment. They loved it every time, and it's such a great movie. I love the story. The cocky guy, I'm too good for everything, gets put on his butt. He has to figure it out, and he comes out a different man. He learns, and I think that's what the movie is trying to say is like, you can learn a lot from tough times.
Yeah.
And maybe some people wouldn't say it's a tough time for him because he has a job, he's got a place to stay, but he has to figure this all out by himself. And then seeing him build the relationship with Klaus was awesome.
He finds true happiness.
Mm-hmm. He does. He loves helping those kids, which he didn't at first, but then I think Klaus does a great job of showing him what Christmas or what life is all about, honestly. And Klaus is such a well-written character. You first meet him, he's the scary guy, large, intimidating, he's carrying his axe, chopping wood, and then you see all the toys he's created, and you realize he's just he's a softie at heart, and he loved his wife. That's why he created those toys for their kids that they were supposed to have, which they unfortunately could not. And he had all those toys pent up, and then seeing him distribute them and him seeing the joy that the kids got was just so awesome. And then even the outsider kid, not part of the two clans, I forget. Yeah, I forget her
I
name,
love that kid.
but yeah, even seeing her come in and
Bring her clan to help the house and them.
yeah, like saying like Christmas is a time, not everyone celebrates Christmas, but it's a time where everyone can get together and be grateful for each other and show each other appreciation and do other things for each other. And Klaus is just such a beautiful movie, and I think it will be my favorite Christmas movie forever.
Honestly, I can't even hate that. Like I can understand, and I even respect that, man. I really do. I think it's like I it's great. It's a great movie. It really is. Like I I watch it every year too, and it's just it's exactly what you said. There's so much meaning to it, and so much. The story's amazing, and everybody finds their happiness by the end, but it's just through struggle, and it's through struggle in which they then find each other together, and they figure out a way to all eventually find their own forms of happiness, which they don't really realize what were at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, because the whole town is they're at war with each other, and
They are.
none of them are happy. They're all mad or vengeful all the time, and he brings peace to the town and makes people love each other, and it's just so good. And I talked about it earlier when you brought it up, but it's such a great origin story too. Like it's kind of how the myth or like
it could be another
how the legend of Santa came.
Yeah.
You even see like them on the sled, they were going off a ramp and they jumped a little bit, but the kid sees it as flying out the window, and it's just it's so good to build the origin of Santa, and it's such a good movie. I love it so much. Everyone needs to watch it. I will.
Yeah.
It's the most easy recommendation of all time.
On Netflix too, by the way. So it's easy to watch if you have Netflix. Just watch it. It's an absolute Christmas legend, like absolutely Christmas classic.
It's a modern classic. It'll be a classic in the future.
Yeah.
And this year I gotta find someone new to show it to. I don't think my sister's seen it, so I think I'm gonna have to show it to her.
Interesting. So, there's your person to share it with this year.
Yeah. So every year I gotta find someone to share it with because it's just such a brilliant movie. I haven't missed yet. No one has said that they don't like it yet. So
you think the day will come where it happens like that?
I know if I showed it to my mom, she wouldn't like it, but that's just because she doesn't like animated movies. So I won't show it to her, but hopefully not because it's just such a. I don't know how you could dislike the movie. It's so happy.
It's an amazing movie. Let's be honest. Anyway, so back to those are our top 10 rankings and some honorable mentions of our Christmas movie rankings for this 2025 year.
Could change next year.
Could change.
Maybe I need to hit the watch list.
Ben needs to hit the watch list, let's be honest. He has not seen so many classics, and while I do also need to hit some of the movies, the classic movies, I am willing to bet if we go a year from now, this will probably change. I doubt everything will be set in stone in the same place, but I would be interested to see exactly what, any comments on, your fellow co-host list or...
I have honestly, I think your list was great. I think it was like your 10 through 7 I hadn't really seen, so I got to get on that before I can make the comments. But the rest of your list, I think we had in common. So
yeah,
I have no comments on your list. I think it was a great list. I'd love to hear what other people have to say if they have any hot takes in their top 10, if we're maybe missing one that.
Yeah, if we haven't seen a classic that you deem as maybe a top 10 for you that we have to see, then, comment below because we will check it out for sure and let you know what we think if we we think we should slide it into one of those 1 through 10 slots, or even if we think it's an honorable mention for next year for sure.
Yep.
And anyway, so we're gonna talk a little bit more about the next podcast coming up and how it's gonna be a recap of this month, since we're not gonna do a collaborative kind of individual episode for each movie that comes out this December. We're going to release a recap of just all the movies that we deem were good or great movies at the end of December. We'll release it probably in early January.
Yeah, I would say early January.
Early January, around sometime then. But we're gonna go over the movies December, but in the future, like in January, and in February, if there is a movie that comes out during January, we might go the next day or two after and record an episode of our thoughts. If it's a good or great movie and we think you guys should watch it, then we will record and let you know what we think about it. And, probably say if we're recording it, we're probably recommending it to you in general. But usually we would do like individual episodes. Like, for example, if this was December and we go see Avatar, we do an episode on Avatar if we thought it was a great or amazing movie.
Which it will be.
It will be, yeah. But we would usually do an episode all about Avatar, for example. And then we'd also, if we saw Marty Supreme and we went and it was a great or good movie, and we would do an episode about that individually too. But we'd do the episode together, collaborative,
Mhm.
On here, and we do that. It's that type of style that we're going to be doing for each month, on a month-to-month basis all the way through it. So that's kind of how the formatting is. Again, just to clarify, there will be special episodes for, like we mentioned, miscellaneous episodes, like Oscar episodes, or, maybe we are both on an enthusiastic Christopher Nolan watching spree, and we feel like we want to talk about all his movies, or Steven Spielberg or Scorsese, who knows, or even superhero movies. Maybe we do DC ones or Marvel ones. You let us know what you guys would love to hear, and we can kind of cater to that too. But that's kind of the format we're going off of and basing our recording and our how we watch movies and how we're gonna put out our episodes. So, do you have anything to add, man?
Yeah, no, sorry about the no individual review for Avatar Marty Supreme, but it's the holiday season. We got to spend it with our families, so
Yes.
we'll recap it for you guys in the January. But
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited for what this podcast has to come.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm glad we finally got it off the ground. We were talking about it for a while, and
Yes, we were.
hopefully we don't sound too stupid on the other side. I feel like we're sounding good on our side, but it always sounds different when you listen to yourself on the other side.
It really does. And let us know what you think of this first episode, because we'd love the feedback and we'd love to hear what you guys thought. And if you have any closing remarks, Ben?
I Thanks for listening. Go to the theater.
Go to the theater. Love that. Well, on my closing remarks, I just want to say thank you guys and girls for tuning in for our Christmas special in our opening episode. And I just want to say Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So we will see you at the next episode.